Welcome to the Washington State House of Representatives. You made it. You've met our high standards, and soon you'll be working with legislators, staff, and citizens from all around the state. So congratulations. There's a lot to take in, but there's plenty of help for you if you know where to go. So to get the most out of your time here, let's take a quick look at the staff departments within the House and then some policies and practices to keep you out of trouble. We'll start at the top, over at the Legislative Building, also known as the Ledge or the Dome. The person in charge of all House staff is the Chief Clerk. You'll see the Chief Clerk and the Deputy Chief Clerk at the rostrum during floor action. Their offices are right behind the rostrum door, but you'll use the hallways from either side of the chamber to get back there. The Chief Clerk and Deputy Chief Clerk have assistants in the front office to help you out too. The Chief Clerk's office oversees just about everything in the House. They save employment records and historical data, make travel and purchase approvals, schedule resolutions and guest visits for floor action, keep information on campus events, and lots more. Basically though, if you have any general questions about how the place runs and have no idea who to contact, the Chief Clerk's office is your first stop. And they may have candy. Right next door to the Chief Clerk's office is the workroom, where all the bills, amendments, and resolutions are printed out and ready for floor action. They also provide information on member committee assignments, personal and district information on legislators, as well as calendars, journal records, and messages to the Senate. Both the Chief Clerk's office and the workroom have a hand in maintaining the House voting machine and display boards. At the end of the hall, you'll find the Office of the House Counsel. A nonpartisan office, Counsel provides legal assistance and training on ethics, employment law, mailing restrictions, and House policies. They're up to date on the latest Legislative Ethics Board opinions and will work with you to resolve conflicts or deal with any harassment issues. Let's head out of the Ledge and over to the John L. O'Brien Building, or JLOB for short. Just inside the main door of the JLOB building is the Security Office, and right behind them, the Accounting Office. Accounting is where they process payroll, benefits, leave systems, and certain travel provisions. Your paycheck comes from their office on the 10th and 25th of every month. They also oversee legislator production printing and postage budgets, as well as member expense account reimbursements. Back out to the security desk, where they monitor all activity inside the building's main hallways and outside around campus. Still, be sure to report any security problems or concerns you have. If there are any strange, suspicious, or unattended objects, or if anyone is behaving in a dangerous or threatening manner, contact security immediately at 7771. Should you be in a situation where using the phone is out of the question, you can still contact the security office with the help message icon on your computer desktop. Remember to customize it with your name and location, and save but don't send. And know that the State Patrol will also be included in that message. If it's a life-threatening emergency, like a major accident, serious illness, or a fire, dial 911. That's 911. Then call House Security. If it's not life-threatening, call the regular security number at 7771. Security staff is trained in first aid, CPR, and defibrillator use, and have emergency and disaster coordination plans. In case of emergency, like an earthquake or a fire, do not use the elevators. Grab your coat, keys, and wallet on your way out. Call security if someone needs to be carried out of the building. O'Brien Building folks evacuate to the Pritchard parking lot, and anyone in the Ledge Building heads to the Mansion parking lot near the storage containers. Stay in the area, or at least notify your supervisor if you do leave, and don't go back into the building until you get the all clear. Security officers also issue identification badges, keys, and parking passes. On the second floor of the O'Brien Building, you'll find the Office of Program Research, or OPR. OPR mainly serves committees providing research support to members and staff of the House. An OPR staffer is usually assigned to a specific committee and tasked to provide accurate and nonpartisan information on a given issue. They also work alongside members to write up bills and amendments to meet their goals without breaking existing law, and then follow the legislation as it makes its way through the process. Call the OPR director at 7102 if you work with a legislator who'd need OPR assistance. This office will also arrange meetings and hearings, scheduling both the time and the room. To reserve, call 7101. Around the campus during session, you'll see kids in dark red or black coats. These are pages. Senate kids wear the red, House kids wear the black. Up to 20 students between the ages of 14 and 16 page at the legislature each week. They're here to deliver physical materials like mail, packages, and office supplies from one point to another on campus. If you find yourself too busy to walk to another building to hand deliver a piece of legislative business, call 7758 and they'll transport it for you. Pages are sponsored by a legislator and have 2 hours of page school each day, learning about civic education, listening to guest speakers, and participating in mock hearings. A bit older than the pages are the interns. About 20 college students serve the legislature during a given session. They do research projects and track bills for members for college credit. The intern coordinator is at 7993. Up to this point, we've been talking about nonpartisan staff. Now on to partisan staff. Sometimes you'll hear the phrase, the four corners of the legislature. This refers to the House Democrats, the House Republicans, the Senate Republicans, and the Senate Democrats. There may be some rebranding given a certain political situation in a given year. You may hear majority coalition or minority coalition instead of Republican or Democrat. But ultimately, there'll be two parties in the House, two parties in the Senate, four corners. In the House, there are two types of caucus staff. First, there's the research policy staff, usually assigned by committee or issue of expertise, who provide legal analysis, draft bills and amendments, and communicate with constituents. They're sort of like the partisan counterpart to OPR. Then there are the communications staff members. They're assigned to a handful of their party's legislators and prepare press releases, newsletters, teleforums, media tours, and public speaking engagements. Some specialize in web design or radio broadcasting. In the House, each representative has a legislative assistant, or LA, assigned to their office. Quite often, LAs serve as the first point of contact between a constituent and a legislator, answering the office phone and receiving email. Some also manage an office in district during the interim, once session is over. They tend to work closely with caucus communications and policy staff, and with OPR when bills are being drafted. On to legislative support services. United in serving the House, Senate, and legislative sub-agencies since 2012, our departments assist legislators and staff through effective, efficient, and professional service. We know your work here is challenging. We're here to help you make it a success. Here's a quick look at each of our departments. Administration. LSS Administration oversees all agency operations and actively explores ways to improve and expand our products and services, which also include human resource consulting services for all of our legislative customers. Legislative Information Center and Hotline. The LIC provides copies of legislative documents and statistical reports, like bills and amendments, floor calendars, daily status sheets, meeting schedules, digests and supplements, and many others. LIC also provides printed legislative educational documents such as how a bill becomes a law, state symbols, how to testify, and so much more. The Legislative Hotline is a toll-free service where citizens from across the state can call to voice their opinion and have it forwarded to the appropriate legislator and agencies. AV and Technology, your one-stop shop for on-site tech support services. All the audio-video equipment in the House and Senate hearing rooms, chambers, and conference rooms are designed, installed, supported, and maintained by AV service staff. We can also assist with other AV functions, from digital audio recording to video conferencing and sound system setup for off-site meetings. Supply. The Support Services Supply Office provides all of your office consumables, staplers, tablets, pens, 3-ring binders, copier paper, and much more. We also work closely with DES to address office-related issues such as picture hanging, furniture moves and repairs, small wall patchwork, and painting. We also provide ergonomic assessments for your workspace. Facilities. The LSS Facilities Office handles day-to-day facility needs such as heating, lighting, custodial services and repairs, and serves as a liaison to DES. They coordinate any remodeling, signage, redecorating, and refurnishing of legislative offices, or resolving issues with plumbing, heating and cooling, elevators, windows, doors, vending machines, and water dispensers. If you have any issues or concerns regarding your workspace or the Ledge building, contact the Facilities Office and we'll coordinate with the appropriate staff to address your needs. Graphics and Web Services. We have a talented group of professional graphic artists available to assist you with a variety of design and web needs. Member and staff stationery, electronic letterhead, name placards, newsletters, district maps, signage, brochures and handouts, even posters for press conferences. We also create and maintain House and Senate legislative websites. Production services. Once the design of a product is finalized and fit to print, Production Services makes it into a tangible product. Quick print copies, book bindings, laminating, printing on tabs for bookbinders, paper deliveries, folding, addressing and inserting envelopes, and they also handle USPS, UPS, and interoffice mail. In addition, they produce and deliver all bills, amendments, daily schedules, and calendars to members and staff during the legislative session. Gift shop. Products from all over Washington State are sold right here on campus at the Legislative Gift Center. Official state souvenirs, some of the best wines, specialized gift baskets, clothing, cards, candies, jewelry, and toys. You can get the perfect gift for just about anyone at one convenient location. Gift wrapping and concierge services are also available. Photo. LSS Photography Department provides year-round on-site photojournalistic records of all legislative activities and events. We cover nearly all legislative action, from committee hearings and rallies to floor debates and bill signings. We're also responsible for official member portraits, as well as page and campus visitor group photos. You can order digital and print copies from the archive collection. Video. During session, our award-winning video department produces weekly legislative updates and Senate sessions for members. These are weekly or bi-weekly 3 to 5 minute video messages for your district's constituents, which are distributed on legislative websites and local access TV stations. And during the interim, we produce all sorts of informational, training, and district tour videos for all 4 corners of the legislature from all 4 corners of the state. By now you get the idea. We can help you with just about anything. To find out more about our departments and how we can serve you, just type LSS / into Internet Explorer. Legislative Support Services. We look forward to working with you soon. All right, so that's pretty much everybody. Now on to policies and procedures. Your House Policy and Procedure Manual is going to be your go-to guide for this stuff, but here are some basics. As an employee of the legislature, you live in a fishbowl. You can be seen by and are accountable to the public for your whereabouts, whether that's in session or interim. If you can't make it to work due to illness, transportation, or weather, call your immediate supervisor. They'll approve sick or annual leave through the legislative's electronic leave system. During session, it's likely you'll be asked to work something outside of an 8 to 5 work schedule, either from time to time or on a consistent basis. If you're a session-only employee, there's no overtime compensation. That's just the way it is. Parking fees come out of your paycheck and varies depending on where you park. If you have assigned parking, it's $35 a month, and it's $25 for zone parking. A quick couple words about ethics. Be sure to read up on the ethics manual, also available online on the House intranet site. In a situation that might cross into elections territory, when in doubt, be cautious and ask questions. Call the designated House Ethics Advisor. Chances are there'll be another meeting or presentation specific to ethics after you watch this video. Since we're in the 21st century, there is no smoking in any government building. There are ashtrays or ash poles about 25 feet from some doors. A word about phones. Campus phones are used primarily to conduct official state business. Collect calls are not accepted, especially since the legislative hotline provides the public with a toll-free number to get in touch with state government. To dial a local number, dial 9 first, then your number. Long-distance authorization numbers, also known as LDAN system numbers, need to be used for long-distance calls. To call out on your desk phone, dial 8, then your number, then your LDAN number. The length and cost of these calls is monitored by your supervisor. The LDAN must be used for legislative business only. Otherwise, we live in the age of the cell phone, so make it easy on yourself and just use your own cell phone for personal communication. Next, computers, also meant for legislative business. All computers and printers are inventoried for a specific employee and are for legislative business only. All software requires administrative level installation and as such must be authorized by the House and installed by the Legislative Service Center, or LSC. Internet, of course, should be for legislative business use and member constituent contact. Personal computer use must be incidental, no cost to the state, and must not interfere with your job. And like all long-distance phone calls, there's no guarantee of privacy with internet or email. Again, if you have your cell phone, that's the better way to do it. And again, make sure it doesn't interfere with your job. If you do need computer assistance, call the Legislative Service Center at 7000. You can also check out the LSC 7000 homepage via the legislative website. Though things run fast and furious during session, you may have some opportunities for training. LSC offers computer courses, which are arranged by the LSC coordinator and whose schedule is available on their intranet site. The Department of Personnel also provide professional-specific classes, registered and approved from the Chief Clerk's office and your supervisor. And the continuing legal education seminars are also available during the session and interim. A quick word about clothes and what's okay and what's not okay to wear around the Capitol. Session appropriate. For men, suit and tie is the standard. Men must also have a suit jacket if you're allowed on the floor during floor action. But if you don't know whether you're allowed on the House floor, you probably aren't. Interim appropriate. It pretty much amounts to business casual. Use good judgment. Men probably don't need a tie, though button and collar shirts are still common. Some supervisors may also allow Blue Friday dress before a Seahawks game. Ask first. Not at all appropriate. Avoid this sort of stuff at work any time of the year. No matter what time of year and no matter where you work, be sure to wear your ID badge. You'll need it for key card access to certain areas, certain doors and elevators, and the security staff will hassle you less when you have it on, especially in the Ledge building. Before we finish, some other things you should know. The closest cash machine is on the first floor of the Legislative Building inside the public cafeteria known as the Dome Deli. This deli shouldn't be confused with the cafeteria that's over in the Pritchard Building. The Pritchard Building cafeteria is a much bigger area and tends to be a prime hangout for lobbyists. Tours of the Capitol campus can be arranged through Visitor Services at 902-8881. For way more information, hit pause and go to these places. So that's it. Welcome to the Washington State House of Representatives. Thanks for watching, good luck, and have fun.